So here's the thing, what you're about to see in this video is probably not going to be shown anywhere else on the internet or on YouTube for that matter, and this is something which you'll only find on Travel Tech. So based on popular demand, I'm doing a comparison of the DDPAI Mini Pro along with the 70MAI M300 because both of them have a 1296p resolution, and many of the people are now confused which of the dashcam to buy, either the DDPAI Mini Pro or the 70MAI M300. Also along with that, to add a bit of spice to this comparison, I've put in the newly released Nexdigitron Ace Plus in between these two cameras and show you a triple camera comparison. So I'm quite sure you're going to love this comparison, and if you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button because this video has taken a lot of work and planning to bring in front of you, and I hope you recognize that effort and support my work. So enough talk, let's jump in straight into the comparison and show you which one of these is the best one. So let's get started. So here are the three dash cameras, and if we take a look at the DDPAI Mini Pro and the 70MAI M300, I actually think the DDPAI Mini Pro is slightly smaller in length. The Mini Pro has a smaller form factor compared to the M300. In terms of the build quality, I think the M300 has a slight advantage over the Mini Pro, but both the cameras have a small and a slim body type. The lenses are present on the right side and both cameras have their respective logos at the front. The Mini Pro has a mount which is attached to the main body of the camera, and the Mini Pro is rotatable 330 degrees. In terms of the M300, the camera is not rotatable and it comes with a removable mount, which I have removed because I use a suction mount. The camera is not rotatable as in the Mini Pro, but if you use a suction mount, you can easily turn around the camera to record the cabin. So in that terms, it doesn't make a huge difference. Taking a look at the Nexdigitron Ace Plus, now this comes with an attached mount part and you also get a mounting bracket on top right here, and this too rotates 330 degrees just like the Mini Pro, but the Mini Pro rotates very smoothly. There is no clicking sound, whereas in the Nexdigitron Ace you hear a prominent clicking sound while the camera is rotating. Talking about the working end of the dash camera, so this is the Mini Pro and this is the M300. The main difference is that the Mini Pro has a USB port on top of the mount here, and a micro SD card slot is placed right below, and you also get a LED on the right side of the dash camera. Coming to the M300, the power socket and the SD card slot both are present side by side. Now this actually is a design flaw because when the power port is connected here, it becomes very difficult to remove the micro SD card, and also there is no LED light on the right side of the dash cam. The LED light is present on the left side. So this means the LED is not visible to the driver's side when the car is on, when the dash cam is turned on, and it becomes difficult to know the status of the dash camera if you cannot see the LED directly. So that is an area where the Mini Pro has an advantage because the power port and the reset port are in separate places, and there is a LED light towards the driver's side. In India, since we have a right-hand drive car, so it makes sense that we have a light on the right side. Coming to the Nexdigitron Ace Plus, again this too has a separate port, which means it becomes easy to remove the memory card without having to haggle around with the power port. The main difference is the Nexdigitron Ace Plus has a Type-C port, whereas both the Mini Pro and the M300 come with the older micro USB port, and the Ace Plus also has a GPS port in case if you are purchasing a GPS model. Also regarding the LED, the Nexdigitron Ace Plus has LEDs on the back of the dashcam. So this means the LED light is visible throughout the car. Doesn't matter if you're in the driver's seat, your passenger seat or the rear of the car, the LED lights are visible from any place. So in terms of getting to know the status of the dash camera, if it's recording or not, the Nexdigitron Ace definitely wins this round because it has LED light on the back which is visible from anywhere in the car. The Nexdigitron Ace Plus is able to record the cabin. You simply have to rotate the dashcam towards the cabin and the image flips over and you can record the cabin automatically. But that is not the case with the M300. You need a separate suction mount. So in case if you want to record the cabin, you need this suction mount. You need to fit the camera into this suction mount and then rotate the camera towards the inside in case if you want to record the cabin. In case of the DDPAI Mini Pro, I think it rotates towards the inside just like the Nexdigitron Ace, and you will be able to record the interior of the car as well. So that is also an area where the Mini Pro and the Ace have an advantage over the M300. Now let's take a look at some of the important features which really matter with these three dash cams. First of all, starting with the Nexdigitron Ace, the GPS variant comes at a price of around 4,200 rupees and the non-GPS variant comes at a price of 3,700 rupees. The DDPAI Mini Pro comes at a price of 3,999 rupees, which is 4,000 rupees. The 70MAI M300 comes at a price of 4,600 rupees. Coming to the resolution, the Nexdigitron Ace Plus has a resolution of 1920 x 1080p at 30 frames per second. The Mini Pro has a resolution of 2304 x 1296p at 25 frames per second, and the 70MAI M300 has a similar resolution of 2304 x 1296p at 30 frames per second. All three dash cameras support parking monitoring via hardware kit, but among these three, only the Nexdigitron Ace Plus has a GPS support, whereas the DDPAI Mini Pro and the 70MAI M300 do not have a GPS support. Now, comparing the video samples of these three dash cams, I have put them together from top to bottom so that you find it convenient to compare the video quality of these cams. On top is the Mini Pro, at the middle is the M300, and at the bottom you find the Ace Plus. And I've also provided their specific resolutions, their frame rates and their bit rates for your convenience as well. Now, at first instance, you might see the M300 is a slightly bit brighter compared to the Mini Pro and the Ace Plus, and it has a slightly higher exposure and a lesser contrast levels. The Mini Pro exhibits higher contrast and the Nexdigitron Ace Plus has slightly lesser contrast. Coming to the license plate readability of the Mini Pro, so this is a really good read of a license plate, I think, at a close range, and this is something really good from a dash camera which comes at a budget price. Coming on to the license plate readability of the M300 now, again this looks slightly overexposed and there is comparatively higher noise compared to the sample which we just saw of the Mini Pro. Taking a look at the Ace Plus sample, now there is even more noise, I think, in the number plate itself, because this is a lower resolution compared to the Mini Pro and the Ace Plus, but still a really good license plate readability. Now, comparing all three side by side, you should tell me which one of these is the best one. Well, I think the Mini Pro really excels, and following that the M300 is good, and at the bottom you find the Ace Plus. Coming to the night footage comparison, guys, I think this is a no-brainer. The Mini Pro really gives out a very realistic and a natural video tone compared to the M300, and I think that's a really cool factor because it is only a 25 fps camera. And if we take a look at the license plate itself, now this is a very natural and a very clean license plate read at night, and this is something with which I'm really impressed from the DDPAI Mini Pro dashcam. Taking a look at the sample from the M300, now this is again a good read nevertheless, but in comparison with the Mini Pro, this looks a slightly bit overexposed, and because of the lesser contrast levels, there is a higher noise. Comparing them side by side, again this is a no-brainer. The Mini Pro sample looks excellent compared to the M300. Not that the M300 is bad, but in comparison, I think the Mini Pro really excels in low light conditions. So that was an extensive and exhaustive comparison of all the factors of these three dash cameras, and you should tell me now which one of the dash cameras are you preferring to buy after watching this video. Also guys, one more request is that I need you to comment down below how you found out this video to be, because I've tried to make something new in this video and I really would appreciate some feedback. So do tell me if this video was helpful to you and how the new video making style has appeared to you. Also, if you are interested in purchasing any of these three dash cameras, you will find all the purchase links in the description of this video. So make sure to head down into the description and check out all the links there. And even I have made some detailed review videos of each of these cameras. I'll give you the links for those review videos as well in the description. In case if you have any doubts or queries, make sure to write that down in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So this was the video for today, and many more interesting and super awesome videos are lined up. Make sure you do not miss that by hitting the subscribe button and smashing that like button. Thank you for watching, and until next one, see ya.